Hello and welcome to Torg's Day Night. I am Jamie, your GM. With me is the full cast of the Horsemen as we are continuing our adventures in Pan Pacifica. But before we get into that, just two quick bits of news. If you were following last week, we announced that this week the New Horizons, New Horizons for Fading Suns, the crowdfunding for the new Fading Suns books will be going live, and they're actually going to go live tomorrow. So on Thursday, when we're here talking with Fading Suns, we'll give you a download on that. Go out and look it up tomorrow on Game on Tabletop. That is where it will be posted and available. And to everyone who helped out the friend of Iconic, Bob Crum, doing his Dark Patina card decks, thank you so much. He funded in 72 hours. He is now working on stretch goals. He's got a bunch of new tiers, so if you've already looked at it but you want more Bob art, go back and look at it and change your tiers around. Mr. Furious, good evening. I'm assuming that I get a possibility for recognizing a Robin Williams movie, but you can let me know in the chat if I'm correct. So when we last left off, I don't know, nothing really happened. I think that
I kicked Li Mei's butt. What happened?
That's debatable. But
I don't
it's a
have
new
wounds.
scene. So here's
thanks.
3 for you, 3 for you, and 3 for you, 3 for you. The group encountered and threw down with the Ghost Syndicate operatives that had nerds who had kidnapped this old gentleman from the antiquities market in downtown Shanghai. Took him back to this very wealthy corporate high-rise apartment. The group interfered, drove them off, and when we last left off, the sprinkler and the all of the fire suppression was just raging. Edith stood there with just multiple guns that she has just tossed carelessly, willy-nilly across the, just strewn, littered with Oroshian firearms. So we had Genevieve in the elevator with the old man. And you guys deciding what to do. I think Tyrannic had something he wanted to declare officially in game.
Well,
aside from his love for Grigori.
Right. But I think Tyrannic would say he did a great job with his katana skills last time, but he sees the electric katana on the floor and subtly swaps that out with one of the henchmen.
Okay, just remember, if you roll a 1 with it, that is a disconnect roll.
Right.
And if you take it back to the living lands on a 1 to 4, that's a disconnect.
Turns into a stick.
Okay, I will try my best.
A real shiny stick.
I need like a Mr. Miyagi scene to train up.
Yeah, like a montage.
Yeah.
Montage.
Yes.
All right. So as Tyrannic reaches down, water drenching his scales, skin flaps still hanging open, he picks up the electric katana that sort of hums a little bit. Does legally distinct from that noise.
Right.
So what's the plan? Li Mei and the rest of the Ghost Syndicate have peeled out with the corporate executive who is here to meet the old man.
How many guards were with the corporate executive? There were like 5?
5.
Mm-hmm.
Lapis goes running towards the car and pulls open the driver's door and says, "Come on! Let's go!"
We give chase.
Oh, I was gonna... Do we not want to talk to this guy?
Should we talk to the old guy?
Slams the door. Fine. Talk to him.
Okay. Are you all right, sir? What's going on? Why did they take you? Should we go after them? Are you okay?
I don't know who any of them were except that young man. He has come to my stall 7 times over the last 10 days, wanting to certain information that I am not willing to part with. I did not believe he would be willing to attack me over it. But I do not know who you are, but you have my deepest deepest gratitude. And he sort of bows a little bit and winces and kind of stand backs up.
Is there somewhere we can take you? Do you know where you are?
I have no clue where I am. I assume it's one of those hideous, super modern buildings that they have outside of the antiquities market, but I don't know where I am. Why is she glaring at me?
She wants to pursue those who attacked you. We stalled her for a moment to make sure that you're okay. And is there something we can help you with? What was this young man asking about?
The antiques party, right? Or antiques auction?
I mean, it is related to that. I have fallen on harder times and was forced to put up for auction several of my father's older materials. And I believe he wanted to purchase them in private auction and not have them go to the larger market. But I told him that I had already made a deal, that I would not be allowed to back out of that for fear of my life.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
My name, I am Zhang Wei. And you are? And he's starting to get a better look at you now that his, like, the fog that settled over his head. Like, you two look really strange. You two look even stranger, and strangely, Edith is the most normal one of all of you.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Who are you again?
I'll go by Simeon.
We are collectively known as the Horsemen. I am V.
Tyrannic.
I do not see the horses.
Peaches squawks at him.
There are no horses.
They're imaginary horses.
And
They believe they like to ride to the rescue of people.
you are? Well, they have ridden to my rescue, so I think that you are aptly named.
I'm Lopez.
Why did you interfere? Most people would not have. Inserted
We're
themselves.
heroes.
That tastes bad coming out?
Nope. Just fine. I'm a hero now. Again. And we ride to the rescue of people because, by golly, that's what we do.
I cannot tell if she is being sarcastic
She,
or not.
sarcastic. The rest of us would ascribe to that belief. Lapis is coming back around. No, we saw you being taken. It alarmed us, and
You have my eternal thanks. I do not even know where we are or where they were planning on taking me.
ooh, do we want to go out the elevator?
You get stuck up there.
Nope.
Have there been other abductions lately? Disappearances?
I mean, it is.
People acting?
It is Shanghai. There have been. I mean, there are, as the corporate securities would say, an acceptable amount of disappearances, and there is always strange things. It has only been recently that the contagion has been cured, and that leads to many strange occurrences. Also, what little remains of traditional Shanghai is constantly being swallowed up by the corporations and the syndicates.
You said that you'd seen that man before.
Yes.
So he's been in the market. Did he speak to other people, not just you, or did he only speak to you?
As far as I know, he only spoke with me.
Was there one piece that you had put up that he was more interested in than the others?
Yes. There was a set of 3 stone tablets that formed like a triptych image. I do not know why he would be as interested as he said that he was. It is a piece that dates back to one of the older eras of actually Japan.
Can you read what's on these tablets?
Of course. My father felt it was very important for us not to only know the local language, but also the language of our heritage. The tablets go back to the Edo period.
I don't suppose these tablets told you where a sword was?
You speak as he did. No, the sword, the Hanjo blade is a myth, it's a legend. If it even once existed, it is probably all faded away long ago.
We ask because we've heard rumors that people believe it has been rediscovered and has resurfaced.
So I do not know anything about that. My father was my grandfather, my great-grandfather. They were all obsessed with finding the lost blade of Masamune. But I have realized that their obsessions alienate me from home and family and others. I watched it corrupt and destroy all of them. They sacrificed everything. Love, security, money, in some cases even sanity, looking for the blade. They were convinced that it was sold and brought here to the mainland. And I am happy with who I am and where I am at. Despite what Jin wanted of me, I would not sell them to him. I am leaving it to the market. It is in her hands.
Do you have a copy of what is written on these tablets?
Not here.
But at like your store?
No, I do have records that my family has kept. They are in a secure location, being used to verify what I said about the tablets.
Is there a way we could examine them? See if we can discern why those folks are so interested in you and your tablets?
Well, normally I would say no, but you have all saved my life, and I owe you a debt of honor. So, if that is what it takes to balance the scales, I will see what I can do.
Awesome.
Do you wish to go now?
Yes, Lopez?
Oh, I was just going to say there is somebody currently impersonating this old man back at his shop.
There is what?
Um,
That is unacceptable. My wares.
that's
I mean, we're happy
Yes.
to take you back there.
I will go with you. Strange as you all are.
Okay. Can one of us drive? Edith, you can drive, right? You can drive?
I can drive. I can do air vehicles, but we got a taxi here. Why don't we just go get another taxi?
Oh, I didn't know if they'd left cars.
Or the bus is always a good idea.
Bus.
Or rocket boot.
Rocket will meet you there.
We're here to save the world as long as the, mass transit system is running on time.
We didn't take the bus to this location. We took the bus to the marketplace.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
Right.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll hail another taxi,
All right.
an XL taxi.
2 taxis. You guys can all get in one taxi together. I'll take my own.
So it does take you a while to kind of get back to the market. Well, is there anything that Edith, Simeon, or Tyrannic wants to do? I realize that Lapis and V have been handling the majority of this.
Can we look for clues in any of the henchmen bodies before we go?
Give me an evidence analysis roll or a find roll.
Feed those bodies.
Can any of us do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
If you were not talking with the old man, you were welcome to.
I hope you did better. I wound up with an
I mean-
8, so not great.
how about an 18? Evidence
18?
analysis.
Yep.
8.
An 8.
Yes.
You find an electric katana
All right.
in your left hand.
What?
Do you know how to turn it on?
Wait.
Don't hold it that way.
Comes to life. Oh, got it. Okay.
Did I hire you specifically, or were you just like in a mass hiring phase?
I interviewed really well, so.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Simeon, as you're looking through their the henchmen that you dealt with, as you're looking through their pockets for loose change, that sort of thing, you do discover that one of them, so they all have the Zuzus, the smartphones, but you also find that one of them has a simple black card with gold lettering across it and a communications code on it. The card just says Harani, and it gives a comm code.
Okay. I will show it. Well, let's see. Actually, I guess I'll show it to the group and you seem to be more tech savvy. Well, actually,
You should hack it.
Give this to.
what is the comm code? Just like
It's
numbers
like
and letters.
Yeah, it's essentially like a comm address for
Okay.
using with the Zuzu. It's like a phone number,
Okay.
email address kind of combo thing.
Does this mean anything to you?
Do I recognize it?
I mean, you could put 2 and 2 together and get, 4. So it looks like a business card, but it is a little bit thicker and is made out of metal.
Okay. If I reverse search the phone number,
Give me a computer's roll.
Wait, while you're doing that computer's roll, can you also access like the security feed for this building? I assume there is one.
yes. So the comm card is a 14.
Okay, so that will give you basically just enough information to get a picture of this person, Harani. The one picture that you managed to find, someone has scrubbed her rather thoroughly from the Pan Pacifica network. There's one picture of her being escorted out of a building. There is smoke coming out from one of the very high upper floors. You can kind of see in the background that it looks like there's the torso of somebody. No legs, just like a metal pole that kind of comes down from there. And it looks like technicians have like the head opened up. There's like wires connecting the head to the body. She's kind of being escorted out, and the tag on the photo says VP of Security of, redacted, fired after security flaws come to light during late night corporate raid.
Oh, I read about this one.
Okay.
So, but it doesn't match the description of who I pulled it off.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Subterfuge.
And then Edith, what do you want me to do with the security footage?
I'm just curious. I don't even know how long they would probably keep the security feed for this building, but since he's been coming for the last 10 days, I'm curious if they've abducted anybody else, or if they've been coming in and out of the building, and if there's anything we can see from that.
Also, if you could scrub us from the
Oh yeah, that's a good.
security, that'd be nice.
This is why you're the mastermind, Lapis.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Could
Made me
hack
feel
us.
warm and fuzzy.
I
on
feel
my
like that
side.
makes.
From
I
that
feel that
footage.
makes.
That's right.
Yes.
Edith the hitter.
Probably
Yeah.
hacker. So,
Hacker.
which one's the grifter and which one's the thief?
So,
Then we have Dinosaur and Mad Scientist as our other two.
no, 25?
25.
Yeah, I spent a possibility.
What?
I spent a possibility on
Okay.
that one.
So a 25 is a good success. Anyway, you can get to a 28.
Sure.
I have a drama card.
I got one. I just played
Okay.
alertness. No, not alertness.
The thing with the
Willpower.
other thing.
Power.
So, with a outstanding success, yes, you can either scrub yourselves from the security system, or just put like blur out everyone's faces, or put like a big smiley face over them.
Okay.
Turn everyone into their
So,
core avatars.
question with that. I have a piece
Chibi-
of tech that
chibi cat
already
faces.
scrubs
Right.
me. Does it just scrub me,
It
or
just
does it
scrubs
scrub
you.
everyone else? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll
So you want to just
scrub.
okay. So as you go back, it doesn't look like they've abducted anyone else, but there have been a number of meetings between that gentleman who Zhang Wei identified as Jin, and Li Mei, several other people that look like they're in the similar garb to the syndicate operatives that you guys took out. There are several meetings where gear is being delivered here to this basement and handed out. But there is also with a 28, you also see that this woman, Harane, has been here multiple times over the last 2 weeks, talking with Jin. In fact, the first night she appeared here, she's wearing the exact same clothes that she is in the picture. Same kind of smoke marks and slight, first degree burn marks from, possibly an explosion. And that same really kind of almost irrational, it looks as if, I don't know, someone stuck her in an elevator and forced her to listen to really bad music for a very long time and maybe drove her a little bit crazy.
Okay, I will relay that to the group.
good. There are other Storm Knights in the area. They can take care of this, right? No?
Do we have confirmation there are other Storm Knights in the area?
No.
Mardu told you flat out that another Storm Knight team known as Bureau G was operating in the area and recovered the Eternity Shards from a corporation.
Okay. You don't want to help with this one?
No, it's fine. I will go flag down a taxi while you guys finish with this hacking stuff.
3 minutes and several large gunfire sounds later. Locke says,
I got a taxi. There's no driver. It's fine.
Okay.
No, there is a driver. Look, he's fine. He's healthy. He's alive. I've even paid him.
Is she a murderer?
Nope.
Your stunned silence is quite reassuring.
Define murder.
Yeah.
One who ends
Yeah.
the lives of someone else involuntarily.
Who else has killed somebody tonight? Oh, right. I haven't killed anybody.
I didn't kill
I
anybody.
did either. Actually.
Edith? Simeon?
I think Edith did.
He has killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who's the murderer?
All right, so you guys, when you get back to the Antiquities Market, the main building that you were at is shutting down for
The evening.
the evening. You can see guards are sort of pulling them away. You can see the big Yunzhao market sign starting to ramp down. It's kind of tearing back. They're not letting anyone new in.
Even if Zhang Wei here has to make it back to his shop?
Are you guys going up to one of the guards? And,
Yeah.
no, all of the vendors are being cleared out already. This is the last of it.
Oh, he's gotta go check something out. He thinks he left the kettle on.
There is no hot plates or open flames or anything like that. Do you have your commercial vendor ID? And Zhang Wei kind of reaches into his pocket and pulls it out. It's like, sorry, you've already checked out and closed out your books for the night. You will be allowed back in it when the market opens in the morning. You know how she is. This is not acceptable. Well, the truly valuable items are either kept in my safe or under the auction's auspices. I have quite a bit of rare and valuable materials in my stall. Items that I do not wish to have taken, broken. The guard goes, you know the rules. You left the site. Anything that happens after that is on you.
Are there any cameras pointed at
Oh,
this
yeah.
guard?
Yeah, as you look around, there's definitely a pair of cameras that have kind of...
Okay. Won't knock out the guard then.
You could always knock out the camera if you want to go down that route.
I mean, how bad do we need to get in?
I don't know. How bad do we need to get in?
I mean, are you asking the old man whose
Yeah.
whole livelihood is in the antiquities market?
We need to get in.
Okay.
Hold on, let me rephrase that.
Oh.
Are you asking the old man whose whole livelihood is in the antiquities market?
I'm not the only one you need to. I'm not the one you need to convince here. I'm.
No, but you are the one who is most acquainted with violence. I can tell.
She has a trench coat full of guns.
My mother always said not to judge a book by its cover, but by the blood that stains its spine and pages.
I think I got this.
Okay.
So Tyrannic goes up to the guard.
Romance card!
That's right.
Oh my god.
I go in, I do Italian kisses, shake his hand, and After I shake his hand, he finds a big loose gem in his hand.
So you're trying to bribe him.
Well, you know.
After terrifying him because of
Ah,
I tried to persuade him, you know.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
I will decrease the
20.
DN
No!
by nothing. No.
I mean, Traumatic
That's great.
puts on the
news.
moves.
Is that plus what? Charisma or trick or?
I don't know, Mr. Furious. That's just my default move when Tyrannic tries to seduce someone, is to fix the eyebrows. But you're probably right. It's more of like smoothing the scales.
Okay. So if it's trick, we wind up at 20. So that's pretty good, right?
I mean,
don't
that's
know
really
what
good.
Yeah.
Smooth talking someone is.
I have my
So this would be
ways.
persuasion.
Okay.
Do you have persuasion?
I
Otherwise, it goes
don't.
right to your charisma.
Oh, well that
Oh no.
that would knock it down a little bit to a 17. So we're still doing pretty good.
Do we need to do better?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we need to do better?
You can always do better. Certified
Do you
Torganic
wanna
says
play
that, of course, Tyrannic has
possibility
eyebrows. He
or-
keeps them in a pouch on his belt.
That's
So
right.
it is a possibility, or I have a hero, which will act as a possibility
I
for
have
you.
a willpower, which would kick it back up to 20. How about that? Does that get me there?
The man completely overcome by both Tyrannic's lipless kisses, as
Aw.
well as the giant fist-sized gem from the Living Lands.
We'll be in and out. It'll be
Yeah.
fast.
He points to Zhang Wei. You take one other person. You got 5 minutes. You know the rules. Don't let this big old lump in the guy's jacket
Right?
happen again. Oh, that's a good point, Mr. Fury. Even with that, so you don't have player's choice because you do have the outsider characteristic for being in a Dinos,
Oh.
which drops your charisma checks by 4.
Oh.
But you are at a 16, which is still a good success.
Okay,
So,
alright.
Edith, do you want to go with?
hence
or
why
do
you
want-
get to take only one person. Only one person gets to go in there with Zhang Wei.
Yes, I will go with Zhang Wei.
Cool. Alright. I'm going to just lean up against the wall and get ready to wait.
Is there anyone watching besides the cameras? Like, is there what?
There is a bunch of relating Tyrannic to Captain Kirk or the Gorn. One of the two.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, you are both Kirk and the Gorn, which means on that rare moment where I strand you on a deserted planet, you will have to fight yourself for survival.
That's deep. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two-hand punch yourself.
That's right.
Can you construct some sort of rudimentary lathe? So you're looking around to I know that. You're looking around to
I just
see
wanna
if anyone else is
anyone's-
watching.
yeah,
Give me
watching
a find
us.
roll.
Oh, poop nuggets. 14. I rolled a 2 and
Just saying.
an
like,
8.
Anyone? All right. So you can see Via's trying to keep an eye on, seeing if anyone else is paying attention. What are the other 3 of you doing? And then we'll jump inside the building with Eden.
I mean, I would lean against the wall and also glower, as was stated by the chat, and look to see if anyone is watching us. I'm aware we've already been tracked by the cameras and you chat.
All right. You can give me a
Is
find
aware
roll
of
as
us.
well. What are you doing? What are you? Tyrannic, you've made a friend. What are you doing, Simeon?
Do you need to text Grigori?
Yeah, I guess I'm,
It's all aboard.
It's all above board.
just
Is it?
looking around, making sure I'm aware of my surroundings, and yeah,
They're
kind
there.
of like yeah.
Okay. You want to? All right. Go ahead and give me a find roll.
17.
17, 14.
Tyrannic has a lover in every cosmos. Ain't that the truth?
Oh, so he's the Jexa of this game.
I'm a traveling man, middle out of stock.
What'd you get,
12.
Jeff? Okay, so Simeon looks clear.
said it looks clear.
I thought you said it was clear. No, I said it looks clear.
Okay.
V and Lapis, as you guys are watching, you definitely can see that there are people watching you. The guards on the second floor have kind of taken notice of you. You know that they're holding SMGs. They're not doing anything, but they definitely have picked at least Lapis out of the crowd as a possible threat.
Right, which is why I'm not going for my guns.
They are also looking at like the guy who almost ate their buddy's face and then in turn sort of like nuzzled and licked it. So guns and eyes, barrels and eyes keep kind of. So Edith, as you enter into the antiquities market, it is a marked difference from when you were here just several hours ago. The throng is gone. The ever-present din of all of those people shouting and haggling, and it's gone. Like, the doors close behind you, and even the sounds of the street just sort of fade away. And as you walk in, you can see that there are, like, cleaning crews are starting to go out. There are guards who are starting to walk around the different stalls. And you can see that there is the same woman that you noticed earlier, kind of standing on that suspended hanging office, is sort of watching everything that goes on below her. Her hands kind of folded behind her back as a very small. You can't tell from this distance if it's a very tall monkey or a very small man is standing next to her with a large book that is like wider than his shoulders as he's relating information up to her. She kind of surveys everything. And Zhang Wei goes, "This way, come. You are Edith? Is that the... Excellent." And he gets to his stall, and you can see, like, as he kind of, like, the last maybe 25 feet, he picks up the pace quite a bit. The front of his stall has been dropped down, and he grabs the edge of it and starts rolling it up, and you just hear it's completely empty. Everything has been taken out of the stall. The glass case has been broken. You can see that, like, the whatever, you know, what this gentleman was using as kind of a ledger has sort of fallen in among the broken glass. Everything has been taken out of the cases, off the shelves, and he just sort of stares in stunned silence at this. I need a find roll from you.
13?
With a 13, you just make out something out of the corner of your eye, about 2 inches off the ground, just on the inside of the stall. You catch, as the sweepers kind of come by, you kind of catch, as the dust is kicked up from the day that they're moving about, just the faintest glimmer of something bright and red, and then it disappears. At about, like I said, about 2 feet off the ground, just inside. It's not large. You don't know what it is because it's gone now, but you clearly saw something sort of maybe strung across the entrance to the stall.
Across the whole front?
From left to right. Zhang Wei is kind of like tossing the top of the tarp up the front of the stall.
How many people would it have taken to remove all of your stock?
In the 90 minutes since I was taken, 5, maybe 6. Some of those pieces were quite heavy.
And would she have noticed?
She sees everything that goes on
Yeah.
here. I must go get my ledger.
Wait.
Oh no.
Edith, I'm definitely going to need a maneuver roll from you.
Come on, eat it.
Maneuver.
Yes.
17.
Okay.
A 17. Alright. So here's the thing.
Is that enough?
A 17 is a normal success. If you can get it to a 19, you will have a good success, and the outcome will vary wildly.
Do
Can
you
we
want
spend possibilities
a
on-
hero card, Lily?
I have a drama.
Okay.
Action.
I'm sorry, Lily, what do you have?
Drama.
Thank you.
Um.
I expect so little. No.
I already sang to you once.
You did.
So I rolled a 3, but that counts as a 10, right?
For the possibility, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have made it to a total of 20.
Well, with a total of 20, you manage to grab him right before he crosses the threshold. What? What is it?
I thought I saw something close to the ground across the front of the stall.
No. You. Oh, look at that. That's a 10. And he's sort of like, you see all of the blood drain from his face, and he kind of gets down to accompanied by several snap, crackles, and pops. And he takes a little bit of, like, he kind of gathers some of the dust up that kind of has accreted on the floor of the antiquities market. And you can see this glimmering red line that goes from one side to the other. And he kind of follows it back, and you can see that it ends at like kind of hidden behind one of the folds of the tent. There is a large satchel that is. He's like, they have booby trapped my stall.
I mean, they looted it first, so why would they have booby trapped it?
I do not know. No evidence? Did they know who you are? Did they think you might come back here?
I don't.
Do you have
I
a
don't.
feud with someone?
Sorry.
I-
Sorry.
Becca.
We should go. And he very carefully, to ensure that at no point does the outer flap of the stall, he kind of lowers it down to the ground and secures it. We should let the guards know.
You think they don't already?
You think? And he keeps looking up at her. Do you think she did this?
I think we should get out of here.
And you can start to see that there are, like, the guards are kind of coming towards the stall.
So, I help him secure the flap and then,
Are you trying to avoid the
Appear to be
guards on the way out?
not like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Grey March gets a possibility. That is
Yeah, that's
spectacular. The real
Uh,
treasure is the feuds you made along the way. I want to get that
That
on
is
a T-shirt.
Yes, I need that.
Yep.
no, I mean, I don't want to be seen to be avoiding them, but like I'm not going to approach them.
So you want to kind of walk casual?
Yep,
All right, give me a stealth roll.
that works for us always. Walking casual.
Do you guys know what casual
That's a
means?
possibility on that. Both of those were not great. Not fumbles, just not great. Great. 13?
All right, so a 13 is not good enough to not be completely
Unobserved.
unobserved, exactly. But you are able to get to the door before any of the guards kind of intersect with you. Meanwhile, outside, so
Say, can you make any more of those?
what brings you to Shanghai?
Oh, you know.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, I'm not sure that your usual and mine. There's a whole lot of overlap. Oh, here's your friend.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll tip him a feather.
That's right, because you have this giant.
Headdress.
I always forget about the headdress because I don't see it on the screen.
There you go.
Right.
But as soon as he mentions it, it always pops. Edith comes out escorting the man you rescued, and he is like very pale. They tried to blow me up.
It's time to go.
Do you have a safe place that we can go, or do we need to find somewhere else?
I have a house.
I don't know that that is safe. We might need to take him to our place and maybe send someone to go check on his place to see if they have trapped it in a similar manner. Did you get the ledger?
What
I don't
ledger?
know. That was important.
No, we got nothing. How did you know my ledger had been left?
I didn't say that. Sorry.
That's when Lapis' commandos come flying out of the sky.
Oh, we got commandos?
No.
You had one, and then it pushed you out of its plane.
Not anymore.
I still don't know how you got hired.
Shall I go check on his
He did the
place?
Italian kisses on you too, and you
Yeah,
were
you
just
asked
him.
overcome.
Oh, Simeon has asked if.
Should I go check on his place?
Yeah, maybe a few of us, maybe you, Edith. Do you want to show us what you saw? Who wants to stay with him at the safe house, and who wants to go check out the house? We could leave him in the safe house,
I was
and
gonna
all
say,
of us can go
maybe
check out his
I was
house.
like, I don't know if it's a safe house. Well, Jams say houses are never safe.
This is Maru's safe house, though.
Yeah.
That is not true. The one in New York was completely safe.
End of list.
Would
The
it
one
have
in-
been safe?
The one in the Nile Empire
My
was
house
totally
was totally
safe.
safe.
The one in Tharcold wasn't safe. The one in Oros wasn't
Okay, but that's
safe.
Yeah.
Starfold and Orosh.
But think about the two cosms you just mentioned. The two most dark and horrific cosms in all of Torg weren't safe, JM. No, that's 100% true.
And do you think that we need to trust Pan Pacifica? You think Pan Pacifica is probably going to be a good bet for
Is
us?
this
Sure
the
it's
one where we
fine.
should put
Sure it's
all
fine.
of our... Okay, well, we will trust.
I don't really want to leave him in the safe house by himself because I think we're going to come back to a horrible scene if
Okay.
that's the case.
So, as we were discussing this in front of him, you guys are just. Would you
I would
like to
think we
stay
stepped
with
away.
us, or would you like us to leave you somewhere?
Do you have a safe place? You say the word safe house, but you do not say it with any of the context that would imply that it is safe.
I mean, it's
You have a house, and you keep talking about how dangerous it is.
okay. Stay.
So if it is dangerous, then I would prefer to stay with you. But if you believe that it is safe, then I will be glad to stay there, so that JM does not have to keep using this voice all night.
Right.
So he's coming with us.
Damn it.
Yeah, was that a carrot or a stick? What are we doing
Yeah.
here?
It was a stick made out of a very large carrot. They say that I whittled that stick out of a larger carrot.
Lapis is remembering those times when she was completely in charge and could tell people what to do.
Great, good to
Fine.
see you. He said the Delphi Council is rebranding its safe houses as often not lethal houses.
Safer than an enemy lair, yes.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Better than Orosh houses.
I've been trying to think of a backronym for safe, like somewhat anti-forced entry.
Right.
You at least have a minute to hide houses.
That's right. Well,
Okay, well,
Also,
you gotta tell us where you live.
there
I
are no
guess.
jump scare cards in this cosm.
that
No,
is
correct.
true. That house was designed to be safe, but then the jump scare happened. I can give you. He pulls out his Zuzu and sends you all, like, drops a pin so that you all can.
Okay,
Great, got it.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you like to stay with us, or would you like to stay in a house that should be safe, but apparently everyone else is traumatized by?
If the house is safe, I have had.
I mean, it's Maru's house.
I don't know who Maru is.
I mean,
but
no,
you
this is Becca.
You have literally just said that my house may be rigged to explode, and so I would prefer to go to a house that is most likely guaranteed not to.
Okay, so as Becca's double checking. Our safe house was Maru's
Yeah,
house,
it's
right? Okay.
it's not just Maru's house. It is like a Delphi
Right.
council compound.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. We put him in this house, and we come back, and this house is ransacked. You are no longer allowed to call places safe houses.
I accept.
Okay.
I accept. We will call them. I will come up with something else to call them if I need to.
Pinky promise.
Okay.
Well, the fact that there are now opponent fails cards in the deck, swear to us.
Hand on the destiny deck. If this house blows up while the old man is in it, I will never refer to a safe house in the game again.
Perfect, great.
Doesn't mean it's not gonna happen.
Right? No, this is totally a cost I'm willing to pay. I
well
thought that
aware.
was clear.
I just need the terminology changed.
Okay. So we're going to drop him off at Maru's compound.
Safe.
Oh, don't already concede to the.
Yeah, no. I am.
Concede, does that open the door to something happening?
I like to encourage a healthy amount of paranoia in my players. I feel like I have succeeded.
If the Delphi compound house is ransacked, we have so many bigger issues than whether or not there are safe houses.
That's true.
I'm just saying, we've seen things.
Yes, you have.
Okay,
I've
so
seen
anyway.
much.
We're gonna.
Yeah, no,
We're gonna
you
drop
drop
him
him off.
off.
Maru welcomes him in and offers to cook him something, and he flat out refuses. He's like, I will cook. You are hosting me. You are keeping me. And he kind of looks back at you guys. Save. All right.
We have his key, right?
Yeah, he gives you his
Okay.
key. He gives you the address. You have saved his life now
Do
twice.
we need to feed your dog or your cat? Do we need to take the trash out?
No, everything that should be taken care of.
Say, he just left this morning.
My
Sometimes
dog
I forget.
died earlier this year, and cats have no souls, so
Amen to that.
That's very true.
Actually, hang on.
Lobis is
might
a
be
cat person.
Yeah.
Come on.
100%. 100%.
I still stand by cats have no souls, but she might be a cat person.
She might be into it. All right, so the directions take you to a older part of Shanghai. Essentially, what you see is kind of the center of the city, and almost in a ring around it is the bleeding edge Pan Pacifica version of Shanghai, kind of intermixed between the high rises, the neon lights, the gliders, the motorcycles that drive down the outside of buildings. There are these older parts of Shanghai that are much more traditional architecture, much more rundown. You can see that there are a ton of evidence. you guys all know about kind of the contagion that happened here. There are still signs of old warning posters that have been torn down. Since the cure has rolled out, everything has kind of gotten better in that aspect. So, but you eventually come to an area of Shanghai. It takes you almost 2 hours to get there. There's no direct way there. Even the taxis kind of don't go down into this older part of the city. So eventually you take 2 or 3 buses, because that just amuses me greatly, and then do the last bit on foot. And
I'm fine with walking.
you guys get to not a great building. There's water stains on the outside. It's clearly was a brutalistic style of architecture. The concrete on the outside is cracked. There's water that's kind of stained the side and is still dripping down as you walk under the overhang. And the key that he gave you says 706 on it. The elevator also says elevator out.
Well, I wouldn't trust an elevator anyway.
Are there
So this is like an apartment-ish kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
are there surveillance cameras on this building?
Nope. There is a security door that the bolt hole has been filled in with what looks to be like newspaper and gum. So.
Creative.
Hand that one down to Jeff. As you walk in, you can see that there are a number of people who are sleeping here in the lobby. Maybe every 7th or 8th linoleum tile is either broken or missing. There is clearly a puddle of something in the corner. And the stairwell, when you get to it, definitely smells like the no smoking sign is being adhered to.
Okay.
So are we at the door yet?
Yeah, as you kind of climb the stairs to the 7th floor, the door opens and the smell of a lot of people being packed into not a lot of space kind of hits you. You can see the carpet here has not been replaced in probably 3 decades. There are cracks in the ceiling, water stains. None of the lights in the hallway work. There's a ton of them. None of them work.
Okay, when we get to the door, I'm gonna.
You definitely found something. Might have been 00, but you're pretty sure because 05 is across the hall that this is 06, and this was definitely the 7th floor, so this should be the door.
Okay. One of the perks that I had taken is a gadgeteer,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed to select 2 gadgets, and one of them that I selected was X-ray vision. So I have little goggles
Cool.
that I clamp down and then kind of ratchet down, and I'm investigating around the door to make sure to see if there's any devices, behind the door.
Go ahead and give me a find roll there,
Okay.
Simeon.
Just thinking.
So 17.
So with a 17, you get a good success. As you look down, you can't see any sort of tripwire or anything,
Okay.
but about 18 inches in, there are 2 large parcels on either side, directly across from each other.
Now, Edith, did you by any chance kind of describe what you guys found up at the...
Yeah, in the 2 hours that it's taken us to get here, we have rehashed every detail of what we saw in the marketplace. So you know about the woman who was
Okay.
standing over, observing everything, what state the stall was in,
Okay.
everything.
So I told the group that I think they've trapped this place as well.
You're pretty sure that you can get the door open enough. Like if you just kick the door open or open it,
It would interrupt whatever is.
Yeah.
It'll trigger whatever.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you can open it wide enough to kind of get at least one arm in to try and disable this thing.
What if we just go through a wall?
Or could we go outside and around?
Now I don't know how far my X-ray goggles would penetrate. What would you?
I'm assuming
think?
that they're good if they they go through the doors, so you can see kind
Right.
of
I mean,
generally
can I
what's
see,
on the.
like, survey the whole room and see if there's.
A fire escape on the far side.
With what you rolled, you can see that this small hall, there's some sort of door that goes off to the side, and you can see there's enough conduits and metal in the wall that you can't really see much further than that. But then it opens up into a large room. You can make out a small table, low table, and like several overstuffed pillows kind of around it. And there's another door on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Is there a fire escape on the outside of this building?
Oh, yeah. Safety.
How many floors is this building?
This building is 9 floors. I'm right there with you, Great March. I almost made a comment about being able to smell the smoke, but I didn't.
Oh, I also had the little swimmers thing that clicks in those. Also, because it kind of.
Oh, it does. It does not smell great up in here. No, there is no individual fire escapes on either side of this building. There are the fire, like the stairwells on either side, but that's about it.
Right.
Windows.
Oh, there's definitely windows on the outside.
So
You can get to it.
you're thinking going up and like coming in through the window? Yeah, that's a possibility.
I mean, we could try going through a wall. We could see if anyone's home on either side. And just.
Electric katana? How electric?
It's electric.
Wookie wookie. Well, do we want to try to get an arm in and disarm it, or
Well, I do think that I could open the door,
Arm it
such that it won't trigger. I mean, I think that would work, but I'm open to.
If you're confident. I just don't want you to get disarmed.
I'm
disarming.
gonna take a good multi-step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back with.
And say, yeah. If you wanna disarm it, go for it.
Yeah, the faith that your team shows in you is
Inspiring.
is shown by how far back down the hall they back up,
Right.
kind of closing the fire door and looking through the razor,
You're doing great.
4 heads looking through the little razor wire filled window in the security door.
Yep. Go for it,
Well,
buddy.
Let me show you what science could do. And I reach over and I tune up. I up-tune my little pauldron. That generates the shield.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
and
No,
and
it's
I'll
awesome.
and I'll open and I'll reach in.
Disarm it. Do it.
Yeah. Hope that it doesn't disarm me.
I will
yeah,
allow you
no.
to make a science roll. Now, I need to make this
Science.
abundantly clear, John. This is not a time to fail. This is especially not a time to roll a mishap.
Oh, no.
I believe in you.
You don't want to go to the dice jail.
What? I mean, good luck, John.
So, can you spend
Oh.
possibilities before you roll?
You got a good luck kiss from your wife.
Nice. Hey.
So that's a 17.
Yeah, it's not
I still think I want to.
Now, this, by the way, John, this is a very hard task. So your
Yeah,
target
good.
number here is 16.
Okay.
Say,
I have-
you got so many of these.
Yeah.
Might
I
as
do.
well.
Oh, right. But I
If you want to use one of your cards, great. You also have
Um,
possibility. I also have hero, which acts as a possibility if you
right,
need
and
it.
I have hero.
Oh, you do as well.
Yeah.
Great.
So
You're covered.
so yeah, I'll go ahead and
I don't know if you guys in the chat
spend
or
one of
on the
these.
screen can tell, but the anxiety level has just like spiked
It's
here
been
in
a
the
possibility,
studio.
okay.
yeah, I'll spend it.
Woo!
2 17s. What if I get 3
So that's
17s? Is something special
34.
happen? Okay, and then I'm gonna do hero.
Wait, what's a
Oh.
34?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have Lori.
Is
Um,
10 to your science. What's your science?
Pretty good.
17.
Science is 17.
You're currently at a
So that's
27.
at 27.
What is
feeling
the
pretty
hard
good about
target?
Hard is
16.
16.
So he just made an outstanding success.
Excellent.
So
Yeah, well-
Ed, hang on to that.
All right, so you got an outstanding success, John.
Yep.
All right, so what you are able to basically pull the detonator, like
Okay.
so you are able to disarm this device with one arm, kind of using your X-ray glasses through the door.
Nice. Tight, tight, tight.
Oh, and I will be saving these for later study, by the way.
Oh no, I totally figured that's the case.
Are you? So you're. Hang on. I just. You are going to put something in a large parcel in your backpack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Well,
Sure.
like
I
s-
always keep V between you
There's
and
a
Simeon.
space
One.
I have a space folding apparatus in there.
Yeah, I keep V between me and
Yeah.
Simeon.
So
Bigger
here's
on
the
the
thing,
inside.
John. What Simeon, what you discover as you are able to now open the door and get inside now that it has been taken care of, is that there is let me do my math here real quick.
I don't like when he has to do his math.
All right, so John, there is a kilo of C9. That would have done a base damage of 25 to everyone in the range in the range of it. This is enough to not just take out the person opening the door, but most of the floor. It would have rendered you wouldn't have to have been worried about being disarmed. Atomized would have been the.
Such power, I only need to harness it.
Oh, good.
Are you putting all of it into your backpack?
Yeah, he puts.
Yeah, you just keep sitting.
It's disarmed.
C9.
You know,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
puts
sure.
he puts 1,000. He puts a kilo of C9 into his backpack.
Okay.
Don't worry, Lapis. It's totally stable unless hit by an electrical charge.
Yeah. Who's got an electric katana? Who has electrical things on, like, apparently just buzzing
It's
on
not
him?
electric, it's electric.
I will
Yeah,
I will
that's
point out that his
not
electric
helpful.
katana does not actually generate any electricity,
Oh, okay.
but his electro ray sort of totally does. So
Gotcha.
I mean, you can try and talk reason to him. I don't know him well enough to.
I now have a note taped to the inside of my GM screen that says.
John's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
no, it's
we-
just a picture of Monty Burns doing
What
this.
if, we'll talk about this later, but what if we leave most of that, like, at the compound, and you take a little bit? That would only kill you if it exploded, and not all of us.
I will point out that in the Pan Pacifica book, for those of you who are just wondering what goodness Greg and the team have stuffed in here, under the explosives section, there is exploding bubble gum and pen grenades.
Wow.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
So if
All
anyone
right.
has a pen, we need to take it, and if they have gum, we need them to swallow it.
Okay.
So Simeon opens the door. The rest of you come from the other side of the security door, and the first thing you smell is like the smell inside this apartment is far better than everything that you smelled in the hallway. As you kind of look around, this is. You can definitely smell kind of frankincense in the air that is kind of keeping most of the sweatier, dingier, more earthier tones outside. As you walk in, kitchen kind of to your left, small room, and one bedroom off to the side. That's basically all that's in here. There are a lot of shelves and glass cases. The cases have all been opened. Everything has been pulled out onto the ground. And you all can hear noises coming from the bedroom. It sounds like the place, like furniture is being moved around, stuff is being thrown on the ground, that sort of thing. And someone is singing very lowly to themselves.
I would like to sneak up to the door and kind of peer in to see how many are in that room.
Give me a stealth check.
What language are they singing in?
You cannot tell. You can clearly hear musical notes, if that makes sense. Like they are clearly singing, but you can't make out any sort of sound or any sort of words, if that makes sense. I have a feeling that.
I trip.
Did you roll a mishap?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Awesome. I don't think stealth is not anything that would cause a disconnect. You are not doing anything that violates any cause of rules, but
I trip.
Violates the sound of silence.
I might say something inappropriate as I hit my knee against, one of the glass cases.
In my head, V turns to Tyrannic and goes, "See, she thinks she's so much better than us.
I
She's
know.
so
so
Please don't be saying
Lapis,
that.
you guys see Lapis as you guys kind of enter into the kitchen. You enter into the living room. Lapis is trying to check out the bedroom, and in her attempts to stealth, she sort of trips and falls heavily into the door frame, bonking. Yeah, there is something rather unhero-like uttered by Lapis. And hey, Lapis, what's your dodge?
19.
Let's see here.
I
Lapis is probably fine.
To dodge a door frame.
The fact that I think he had a spend the possibility to get up high enough.
So I hit a 19, which is your dodge.
Tis my dodge.
Tis your dodge. You guys all hear the sound of a Kyogo T11 on full auto just kind of rake the doors and bullets go flying. And your toughness is 9, so it's up by 5. It's a wound and 2 shock. You can use a charge from your
How long has it been since our battle?
several hours.
Cool, so I got all my charges back.
Yep.
Alright, yes, I will use one.
And you hear from the other side, "Oh, dang it! Mr. Zhang Wei, did I get you? Are you alive?"
Oh. Oh no. Oh, you got me.
Oh, dang it!
Oh no.
They are going to be so angry, and you guys hear thump, thump, thump as this defense robot comes out of the side room, kind of smoking gun built into his arm, and looking down. It kind of like this robot boot.
Double tap.
Roll to hit.
Ooh, 10. I don't.
Let's put that one in timeout.
Oh, good, that's a total of 12. To hit, I know where it is. 18.
18 is a good success.
Ooh, 6. So 5. 6. 10. 14 plus 14 is 28.
What does it look like, Lapis?
As he looks down, I just shoot him twice.
It is a robot.
Right. In the
Roman.
head.
His head explodes in a shower of sparks, and you hear, "Oh, dang it!" And it hits the side, hits the same wall that has your face print in it, and then slowly slides down.
I get up, kind of work the knee a little.
Before it completely goes lifeless.
Oh, it's dead.
Well, so it's dead. But
It's not
power
dead.
source is still intact.
Oh yeah, it's no longer a threat. You could probably access it with your computer.
Great. I want
That's
to
what
know
I assume.
who sent it.
Go ahead and give me a computer's roll.
I will
dice.
walk into the bedroom and see what he has been.
It knew his name, and it did not appear to want to injure him. So, like, maybe we shouldn't injure his belongings.
No. They said they will be so mad at me.
Oh.
Not he will.
Well, we don't know
will
who
be
they
so mad
are.
at me.
Find out who they are, V.
Hack it, V.
That's right.
Oh no!
Here, you want a dice?
Oh, it's long gone.
No, because I rolled favorably. I rolled a 20 and a 1. I don't need any of your dice.
Will a romance help?
So a 22 plus 8, so 24.
Alright, so a 24 is a good success. If you get to a 28, that would be a outstanding success. I don't know if you can or if you want to.
Well, that's a possibility though. So that's a 10. So that gets me to 32, which is plus 10. So that's 26.
Alright, so you basically spend the next 10, while the rest of you are watching, V sort of cracks open this thing's chest, pulls out several wires, ends up connecting it to her deck, and soon the eyes there's still a smoking hole in the head, but the eyes kind of flicker to life. This is not the repair bay. I cannot feel anything, but that is normal. I cannot move anything which is not. Who are you?
What is your name?
Which is really weird to hear coming out of a synthesized voice box. This one has a designation of T703. But for the last 6 months, this one has referred to itself as Scotty.
Okay. Scotty, what was your purpose here?
Ah!
Sorry, I said that wrong. Scotty.
I was supposed to find the owner of this tenement and bring them back for those who sent me. But he is not here. I was also told to rig the door to explode. I was supposed to leave out the window. I did not actually wait, was I expendable?
We'll get back to that. Who sent you?
I was expendable.
I'm sorry.
I was sent by... Those data files have been corrupted, possibly due to the holes in my head.
Is there a way I can help you sort them out?
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Who are you?
My name is V.
It is a pleasure to meet you, V.
Okay, so what do we need to do to uncorrupt these files?
You'll probably need access to like an actual repair thing.
Okay.
Lapis does one thing really well, and that's put people down with holes in the head.
Do a few things well.
Okay. Scotty.
Sneaking around to get into position to put holes in people's heads.
I did. I ended up in the perfect position.
You make a
Yeah,
nice
it was on
quiche.
purpose.
You've had my quiche.
Of course I had your quiche.
Surviving getting thrown out of helicopters too soon?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I will continue to tinker and see if I can get anything else while everyone else.
Yeah, what are the rest of you guys doing while V is...
I don't know. I'm quite intrigued by this new automata.
Yeah, you definitely can see that buried deep in its source code because you did get an outstanding success. It's from a corporation known as the Nanjing Corporation, which is the second time you've heard that name.
Ooh, sorry, Jim. You do realize you just gave me an animal companion, right?
Maybe. You don't know if he's savable. I'm gonna make you fall in love with him and then have him have a catastrophic system failure.
Or he'll
wall
sacrifice
him.
himself for you.
You're gonna roll him?
Oh.
Wow.
Deep dive for anyone in the chat who gets that as a possibility.
That's just mean. Well, at least I won't put a terrible wig on him.
It's fair. It's not true. You might. You're standing over here, Sam.
Yeah, I'm-
Give me a science roll. Edith, Tyrannic, and Lapis, what are you guys doing?
Has the apartment been ransacked the way the
It-
stall was?
It
I don't
definitely
know.
has, but nothing has been taken. It definitely looked as if this robot was just sort of ransacking the place looking for something.
But you said everything was taken out of the cases.
They were knocked out. They were taken out of the cases. Yeah.
I mean, I did twist my
Do you need some ice? Do you need us to get some ice out of the icebox? Rice. You're a unicorn.
21 on the science.
It is the most advanced. I mean, you've heard tales. Some of the heroes in the Nile Empire have built things like this, but this is as far above that as your transistor radios are compared to the Zuzu that you have been given.
Lily didn't freeze. Edith, what are you doing?
I would like to see what types of things are here. So, like you said, it's been ransacked, but everything's
Give
still
me
here.
an evidence analysis roll if you guys want to kind of figure out
I
what's
don't
going
have-
on. So I would say mind roll
I don't-
that.
Very good.
I'm gonna look for a safe.
Give me a find
This
roll.
die isn't.
Lily, if it makes you feel better, most of my dice are in my dice timeout right now.
Yeah, that's
Makes me feel
great.
better.
I feel good about it.
They haven't rolled above a 10.
A 16.
A 16. What did you get, Tyrannic? Are you looking or what are you doing? What is Peaches doing?
Peaches is searching the fridge for clues, so that's covered. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
I think Tyrannic's gonna use the bathroom. It was a long bus ride.
Okay.
You know, no one ever uses the bathroom in these games.
That is true.
Fair.
Do you want me to search?
That's
though,
not
the
true. I
bathroom?
definitely
No,
went
I don't
into the
think you need to
bathroom
search
and
if you're using the
attacked an
restroom.
elf.
Okay.
It's true, you did attack a dude getting out of the shower.
That is true. What a great elf. He's got to come back someday. All right, so you're looking
21.
for 21. Evidence analysis was 16. So, Edith, as you're looking around, you can clearly see that whatever who is here, and you're not entirely certain if it's the robot that V is interacting with. You don't really see any evidence that there was more than one person doing this, but they haven't seemed to found what they're looking for. With a 16, you can see that most of the pieces here are far older than what you kind of glimpsed in like the antiquities market that this guy was selling. They seem to be like small household, like statues of small household gods, like jade figurines of a variety. They're all very pretty and possibly very valuable had they not been, man or robot handled. But whatever he was looking for, he did not find. You got a 21. However, between Edith, once Lapis puts you kind of on, you guys kind of, Lapis, the only place that it could be is probably under the table.
Okay.
So as you two lift it up and move the rug and the pillows, you can see there is a floor safe set in there.
Okay. I don't know. Can I crack it?
I don't know. Do you have lockpicking?
Are you a safe cracker?
I do not have lockpicking.
Does anyone have lockpicking?
How much time has elapsed since we came through the?
About 6 minutes.
Good, because I get about 30 minutes out of my my
Aw.
my 3D not 3D.
That's what I was
Your
gonna
turn.
say.
My X-ray.
I don't know how it is in the Nile Empire, but don't worry. Everything in Pan Pacifica is in 3D.
So when I look at the safe with my X-ray, would that help us to?
It'll tell you. It'll show you what's inside the safe. It will not help you access the safe.
Oh, I was thinking I could see like the mechanisms.
No, it's an electronic lock.
Oh. Okay.
It's all you.
But what's you said? I could see what's in the safe.
You can see what's in the safe. There
What's
seems to be a small wrapped, like an object that's wrapped in cloth. When you're looking at it, whatever that object is solid.
Okay. There's something wrapped up in there.
Okay. Could be, 3 clay stone tablets. Alright. Pick away, V. Unless you're still dealing with,
Or you can hack it.
Do not,
That's right.
do not leave me.
I'll be
It was
right back.
dark.
The automaton speaks again.
I'll be right back.
You have to disconnect to walk away.
Okay.
Do now.
But it'll be better when I come back when I said I was coming back.
Trust is not that
Son
way.
of a...
Good references, Ben. That's awesome.
Unless you... Cool. That's a 10.
Hey, do you wanna?
Sure.
10 will not do it.
Okay, there we go. Finally.
That's true.
Four-
Gray Marks points out you do have several kilograms of
No.
plastic
No.
explosives.
No.
Oh, I'll get this floor open. I thought you meant the safe. I meant the safe. That's right, not the floor.
Okay, 31 is 10. So that's an 18.
So a 19, it takes you about 30 minutes. But you're able, this is there's no TV, there's no, the most modern thing in the place was the food prep and reclamation area, save for this safe.
See that Peaches has thoroughly gone through.
Yes.
Is there
investigated.
anything left?
No, absolutely not.
Was hoping for
There
some
was nothing in here.
It's so weird.
Also,
Do we also hear Peaches on the utensil or chopsticks?
yeah, there's definitely something sticking out of as Peaches.
Yep.
Tyrannic comes out of the restroom.
30 minutes later.
Not go back. 30 minutes later, as Tyrannic, I think we broke Becca. High fives all around. When you open the safe, there's something clearly kind of in this floor safe. It's only about 9 inches down. It looks like it was definitely. It's not sort of professionally installed. You can see kind of gaps in the floor around it. You can see the mounting brackets are placed basically just to kind of keep it from falling down, into the ceiling of the next place. It was never designed to necessarily not be found, but definitely just to provide a safe place to store things. But as you lift it out, there's something inside. You can feel it. It's very heavy for something which basically is about 9 inches by about 4 inches, and it is clearly wrapped in dyed silk.
Find a table, lay it out for Lapis and the group to look at.
All right. As you open this up, you can see that what's inside is a small tablet, covered in my brain just died. Not calligraphy.
Kanji?
Kanji. Thank you.
Mhm.
Brain was just just hit a wall.
You were stuck on the image of Peaches with some.
Actually, between that image and John's very great sound effects.
I didn't even do that.
Yes, Alice, it is a safe place. You get a possibility. What you can see is it's covered in kanji. But you notice as you start opening up the silk, there is clearly an image like that has been printed on the silk, painted on, very old. As you kind of lift the kanji colored tablet, you can see a image of a beach with several mountains in the background, and the mountains are like rendered very they're not stylized, but they seem to actually be the most detailed parts of the piece. And standing on the beach, holding a sword aloft, is a man in Japanese style, old Japanese style robes. Big sash bound around the waist, shoulders kind of thrown back so that the upper part of the robes are hanging kind of down behind him. And what really is most interesting is that the tip of the katana points to the mountain on the far left, like it's pointing to a specific ridge line on the mountain.
Is there any paper in here?
Yeah, there's.
I recognize that the silk is probably really important, but I am going to do a rubbing of the tablet,
I was thinking the same
and that
thing.
way somebody carries the tablet, somebody carries the silk, and somebody carries the rubbing of the tablet. So hopefully something will get back to.
Who has what?
I'm so sorry. You don't get to carry anything. You have C9.
Because
I am so sorry.
I have seen what?
So who's carrying what, and then what's the plan? Are you guys heading back to Maru's? Okay. How are you getting the robot out? Who's carrying what, and how are you getting the robot
Say,
out?
are you connecting the robot to you so he can walk out after you?
Oh, if I do that, can he walk? Can I make him walk?
It would take a heroic, so DN 18 computers roll to get him, like you would have to stay tethered to him essentially.
Yeah.
That's right. It
Okay,
is
so
found on
then-
Mount Treasure. Yeah, that was gonna give Greg a possibility. I don't know that he needs any more possibilities, as he is currently suffused with possibility energy. But
I don't want that one.
nothing.
Rolled a 7 and a 3.
DM.
That's not cool.
So,
You want to spend a possibility?
no, because it's my last possibility.
But the act ends.
Yeah.
You get back
You want a
to.
hero card? Oh.
Then I will spend a possibility.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what if we call Maru and tell her we need, some muscle.
So it's at least a 17 plus 4.
So that gets me to 20. I
Okay.
just still need to.
All right. So you can get. Go. Oh.
I told you I'd be right back.
How long were you gone?
Less than a minute?
Yeah, closer to 4.
Okay, maybe closer to 4?
You can kind of see.
Is your terminal chronometer?
Does not work when it's not connected to power. There is indeterminate nothingness.
Do you want to dance?
No.
Cool. Start pairing.
It is
Things
very
to
clear
hear.
that this robot is not
Yeah.
functioning at full capacity.
Peaches is not a fan of the robot, just for the record.
I don't doubt it.
There's some
All right.
jealousy.
Edith, what part do you
V,
want to take?
whistle. V, please whistle. There are no strings on me.
Are you
Yeah, Edith, what piece do you want to take? This tablet, the rubbing of, or the silk?
I will take the tablet.
I'll
Okay.
take the silk then.
All right.
And you got the text. Okay. Are you following Edith's advice?
And
Getting in
calling
touch with Maru?
I do not want to take a 2-hour bus ride back.
Yes. Yeah, let's call
With
Maru.
the robot.
All right.
And
Within the
C9.
next hour, not only are you picked up, but you find yourself safely deposited back at Maru's safe house, which is still safe. Nothing bad has happened.
Yeah.
That's really what I wanted to say. All right, so we're going to bring this act to a close. This is the first act of our Pan Pacifica story. You all get 5 experience points. B team, Bureau G, if you're watching, you guys get an equal amount to kind of keep track as we're going forward. We will start off with new Cosm cards, new refresh of the Destiny pool, and possibility pool, and new Destiny cards at the start of next session. Thank you all for tuning in, chat. As always, I don't know if you can tell, but we're all engaging, all watching the chat as it goes by. We really enjoy having you all kind of partner with us and journey with us. The joy that you bring to the game is quite a bit. Check out all the other great shows on the Ulysses International channel. You will find 60% of the Horsemen back on Thursday night for Fading Suns, where the crew of the Oh Boy has made it out of Hadrian's Wall with Felcosis, but now need to go back and challenge Count Orlaton to prevent the wall from being destroyed.
But philosophy is coming.
That is true. So, tune in Thursday for Fading Suns. Check us out on the Iconic Production channel on Mondays and Fridays, where we also run games. Becca runs an amazing Call of Cthulhu game. Josh runs a great 5th edition game. We will be back next Tuesday with more Torg, and we will have information for everyone on Thursday for Fading Suns on the new Fading Suns crowdfunding, which goes live tomorrow for the first expansion to the Fading Suns universe. We're going to get more information on Hargard, Brother Battles, Barbarian Space. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to see what Bill and the team has put together for this next Kickstarter. So if you are interested at all, go to the Ulysses website, where you can see previews of what is going to be available in the new Fading Suns crowdfunding. And again, it is going to be on Game on Tabletop tomorrow. Check it out. Just search for Fading Suns, New Frontiers, and you should be able to find it. So until next time, I am JM the GM. These are the Horsemen, and we look forward to seeing all of you next week for more Torg. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. Have a good one.